This is Yoga Zone's Flexibility and Tone video, and I'm Alan Finger. Welcome. There are many benefits to yoga, both physical and mental. Yoga practiced a few times per week will help your flexibility and your conditioning. It will also help prevent back problems and alleviate muscle stress. Please look at the entire video at least once before doing it. With me today are two of our senior yoga instructors, Michelle and Lisa. Lisa will demonstrate postures for those of you who are more flexible. Michelle will demonstrate postures in a modified form for those of you who are less flexible. Now join me in the unique world of Yoga Zone. So let's begin. Come to sit in a comfortable cross-legged position with your spine held tall. Now, this may be difficult for you because your hip structure is stiff and your knees may be troublesome. To overcome this, I'd like you to sit on a folded blanket or a large book like a Yellow Pages. Take it and place it underneath your seat, like Michelle is showing. Kind of lean a little forward and work your sit bone back and then come up to sit up nice and tall. If your knees are troublesome, take a large towel, roll it up, and place it underneath your knees. Great. And you'll feel the difference immediately, huh? Good. Now, from here we come to start. In order to become flexible, one has to build heat in the system. And how we develop heat in the system is by a specific breathing technique, which is very similar to when one wants to clean their glasses. You know how when you're going to clean your glasses, you partially close your throat and you breathe like a long breath out onto the glasses. We're going to do the same thing. I'd like you to feel what heat is generated by doing that. Bring your right hand up and do the same thing. Partially close your throat and breathe out onto your hand. Slowly. You feel that? You feel the heat? Now, to bring this heat into your system, we're going to do the same breathing through a partially closed throat, making that echoey sound, but we're going to breathe through the nostrils as the air gets preheated in the nasal cavity. So, to experience this breathing, I want you to place, first of all, your hands onto your lower ribs, with your thumbs going around the back and your index finger coming around the front. As you inhale, feel how the whole circumference of those lower ribs expand and your rib cage lifts up. As you breathe out, feel your abdomen draws in and the ribs slowly lower down. On the inhale, the whole circumference where your hands are expand, the rib cage lifts up. As you breathe out, your abdomen draws in and your rib cage lowers down. One more. In, feel the circumference expand, ribs lift up. As you breathe out, feel your abdomen draws in and your rib cage lowers down. Now I'd like you to do another few breaths without me leading you. Just feel it. Breathe in, feel it all, making that echoey sound, and breathe out, making the echoey sound, but keep the breath through your nostril. It's a little tricky at first to get to feel this breathing because there's old habits which have locked into your breathing patterns. And we're going to break those habits by daily practicing this and learning how to breathe completely. So finish off, inhale and exhale. Now, we're going to take this breathing and use it through the entire series of yoga postures that we're going to practice. So we come to the first posture, which is potted palm series, which is going to loosen out your hip structure and your lower back. Now, if your knees are real troublesome, you can keep the towel underneath. But I suggest that at this point, you take the towel from under the knees. Great. The first posture is forward bend. Take your hands and pull open either side of the seat apart. Place your fingers onto the floor behind you and feel how your sit bone press back behind you. On the inhalation, feel that your breastbone lifts up, and on the exhalation, how your sit bone presses back behind you. On the inhalation, lead forward, and on the exhalation, feel how your sit bone works back. So you kind of ride the breath into the posture. Bring your right hand forward, and then bring your left hand forward. Continue the same thing, deepening into the pose. But always remember, it's the form that you're going for. It doesn't matter how far you go. Don't worry about range. Feel that your breath is comfortable, complete, and the echoing sound, and just ease deeper and deeper into the posture. Excellent. Walk your hands back slowly to come to sit back up tall. Place your fingertips on the floor in front of your knees, and we come to the twist. Inhale, take your right arm up into the air, and exhale, lower the arm to the floor behind you. Keep your sit bone well planted on the floor, and on the inhale, lift, and on the exhale, feel the twist and the rotation. Keep the sit bone firm on the floor, the shoulders level to the floor, and the eyes level to the floor. So you don't lead with your eyes or your shoulder. If you lead with your eyes and shoulder, you scrunch into your neck or you pull badly into your shoulder blade. Inhale and exhale. Terrific. Now, come forward to the center, and we're going to do the other side. Inhale, take your left arm up in the air, and exhale, lower the left arm down to the floor behind your back. Again, watch your breathing. Inhale and exhale, twist. Feel how the twist comes from deep in the core of your being. That twist is from right within the core of your being, as if you're actually wringing out the tension from your spine. Inhale and exhale, twist a little bit more. Use the echoing breath as you practice. Come forward to the center. Great. And the last part of potted palm is the side lean. Bring your fingers out to the sides. Inhale, bring your right arm up into the air, and exhale, walk your left fingers about 6 inches out. Inhale, sit bone down, and exhale, slowly bend the elbow, lowering the forearm down towards the floor. Inhale, feel the length between your sit bone and the fingers in the air. Exhale, bend and lean a little deeper into it. Try and really feel the stretch from the right sit bone to the right fingertip. That amazing dynamics between the two. Inhale and exhale. Then inhale, come back up tall again, lower your hand down, and we're going to do the other side. Inhale, bring your left arm up into the air. Exhale, walk the right hand a little bit out. Inhale and exhale, bend the elbow, lowering the forearm towards the floor, and feel the stretch. Sit bone firmly on the floor and that extension to your fingertips. And you get this amazing stretch, I'm sure you can feel it, down that whole side of the body, which with the breathing gets the warm, oxygenated blood into the tissue that's down the whole side of the body and into the cells. So feel that. Breathe in, echoey breath, and breathe out. Inhale, come back up tall, and exhale, lower the hand down to the floor. Inhale and exhale. Great, so now we come to the next posture. It's called cat pose. I'd like you to come to kneel onto all fours. Kneeling onto all fours, Place your hands beneath your shoulders and your knees beneath your hips. Spread your hands wide apart and keep the actual whole pad of the hand firm on the floor. Now, inhale, turn your tailbone up into the air and draw the spine between the shoulder blade into the body, face looks up. Exhale, turn the tailbone down, draw your belly in and your chin comes into your chest. Inhale, tailbone moves up, area of the spine between the shoulder blade draws in, face looks up. Exhale, tailbone down, draw your belly right in and chin comes into the chest. Great. From there we move to active cat. Bring your toes out to point them behind you. Bring the knees in together. Inhale, take your right leg up into the air with your face looking up in front. Exhale, draw your belly in and draw the forehead in toward your knee. Inhale, lift the leg up behind and feel the stretch from the forehead back to the toes behind. Exhale, draw your belly in and bring the knee into your forehead. One more. Inhale, lift the leg up behind, feel that stretch, face looking up. Exhale and draw your belly in and bring the forehead in toward your knee. Great, come back to regular and we're going to do the other side. Inhale, take the leg up into the air, face looks up. Exhale, draw the belly in and knee to your forehead. Again, inhale, feel the stretch from your toe to your forehead. Feel that full stretch. Exhale, draw your belly in and get the forehead to your knee. One more. Inhale, leg lifts up, forehead looks up. Exhale and pull your belly in and get your knee to your forehead. Great. Come back onto all fours, kneel onto the floor and curl your toes into the floor, open your knees hip distance apart. So we are ready for the next pose, which is called lunge pose. In the lunge, step your right foot up to between your hands. If that's difficult, take the foot out to the side of the hand and then use the hand to pull it in. Now, come to kneel up and interlace your fingers, place the palms over your top thigh. Get firm, inhale, and exhale, lift the back knee up off the floor. And as you lift that knee up, feel the dynamics between that back heel pressing back and the front knee pressing forward. It's there that the dynamics is. Really feel that stretch between them. Your abdomen must hold in and you feel your tailbone going down to protect your lumbar spine. So really try and get that. The tailbone down and the lower abdomen must draw in to make the spine strong and stable. Inhale, exhale, place your hands back down onto the floor. Inhale and exhale, lower your knees to the floor. Come back to a kneeling position. Great. And we're going to do the other side. Take your left foot up in between your hand to the side, help it in if necessary, and again, kneel up, interlace your fingers, and place the palms down onto the top thigh. Great. Then inhale and exhale, use the thigh strength to lift that back leg up, press the heel back, front knee forward, dynamics between the two, and abdomen in, tailbone down, breathe through. So you can really feel how this is really burning a little in your thigh there, and the butt is firm and holding you. It's getting its workout. Great. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, bring your hands down onto the floor and come back to kneel onto the floor. Take both legs back and into kneeling position. From here, we're going to come to the next posture called down dog. In down dog, bring the hand one hand distant forward so that the heel of the hand is beneath your shoulder. Get that position. Then spread the hands well apart. Inhale, tailbone lifts up, face looks up into the air. Exhale, pull the belly in, lift your sit bone up in the air, keep your hands firm in the floor and keep the feet firm on the floor. Your front thighs pull back so that your sit bone lifts up into the air, and as the legs straighten, the heels will fall toward the floor away from the sit bone up in the air. Feel your hands firm on the floor with your shoulders drawing away from your hands. Your neck soft with your head just hanging. Don't strain your neck as you do it. Let it just hang nice and loose. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Walk your feet up to your hands. At first you're going to have to bend your knees. Don't be alarmed. But as you come up, get your feet to parallel, about hip distance apart. Great. Now, bend your knees and get your abdomen against your thighs. Really engage that. Bring the hands up and interlace your fingers back at the small of the back. Draw your arms up into the air as you firm your thighs, pulling the legs back and turning the sit bone up in the air, but always keep your belly toward your thighs. If your belly comes away, you're going to round and throw into your back, and that is not the purpose. The purpose is to feel this in the hamstring between the knee and the sit bone, right in the middle, in the center of that. That's what you're trying to slowly stretch open, releasing unconscious suppressions that lock in that area. Then, from here, bring your hands back to your back, bend your knees deeply, bring your hands onto your thighs on top of the thigh, lift your chest up away from your thighs, and as you sit there, tailbone down, lower abdomen in. You got to work that all the time. That's what's going to give you your power to hold you correct in life. If you're strong, bring your arms up level to the ground, or even up to about a 45-degree angle, so there's a straight line from your fingertip all the way back to your sit bone. And your front thighs spiral slightly in, your knees, your ankles, and your hips are all in one alignment. Check them. Inhale and exhale. Great. Then, from here, inhale, come all the way to stand up, and exhale, press the air down with your arms as you lower your arms down beside you. Then, from here, we come to reposition ourselves into mountain pose. In mountain pose, put the big toes to touch, spread your toes open, keeping your big toes touching. Look down to check what you're doing. That's it. At first, that big toe is a little stubborn, doesn't want to come in, huh? Help it, just pull it in. There you go. Now, feel the bone in the middle of your back foot firm on the floor, centered. Feel the arch in the foot lifts, but the whole sole presses into the floor. The pelvic floor, which is between the pubic bone and your tailbone, feel that whole pelvic floor lift up into your body. At the same time as that draws and lifts up, feel the lower abdomen firm. As that all is engaged, those root locks called Mula Bandha in yoga, there's a lifting where the top corners of the chest lift up. Your collarbone go out to the side, and your arms hang as if you have lead in the fingertips weighted down. Your head floats, and you feel that from between the shoulder blade, there's a projection up through the back top crown of the head, almost to feel as if you're like a marionette being pulled by the string from the back top crown. It really, doesn't that feel amazing to be in correct posture? All day, people don't know how to stand, gravity is pulling and aging is taking place, and we end up like this. Really learn to place the feet like that, firm them down, and realign your posture, and immediately all the muscles work for you. Inhale and exhale. So now we come to sun breath and sun worship. These movements develop heat in the system and distribute it through your body to burn toxins from the body and also help to burn fat. Bring your hands into prayer posture. Inhale, swing your arms down, around, and up, palms to touch, with your shoulders working away from your ears. Exhale, the top thighs pull back as you dive forward to clasp your hands behind the calf, forehead toward your shin bone. Inhale, place your hands on your shin bone, draw your spine into the body as your face looks up. Exhale, hold your hands behind the calf, elbows out, and pull forward and down, forehead to your shin bone. Inhale, swing the arms out, lead with the back of the head, palms to touch, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, press the arms down, bring your hands into prayer posture. One more. Inhale, swing your arms down, around, and up, shoulders away from the ears, palms to touch. Exhale, dive forward, clasp your hands behind your calf, elbows out, forehead in toward your shin bone. Place your hands on your shin bone. Inhale, draw your spine in with your face looking up. Exhale, hold behind the calf, elbows out, and work your forehead in towards your knees. Inhale, swing your arms out to the side, come all the way around, palms touch, work your shoulders down. Exhale, press the air down, and bring your hands into prayer posture. Great. Now we move to sun worship. Inhale, swing your arms down, around, and up, palms to touch. Exhale, dive forward, hands hold behind the calf, forehead toward your shin bone. Inhale, hand on the floor, bend your knee. Exhale, right foot steps back behind. Inhale, both feet step back behind. Exhale, lower your knees to the floor. Inhale and exhale, lower your elbows in beside the body as you lower your torso down with your chest in front of the hands to the floor. Inhale, lift up into cobra pose. Lift the chest off the floor, elbows bending in beside you. Exhale, draw your belly in as you sit back onto your heels, head on the floor, arms out in front. Inhale, come up onto all fours, toes curled into the floor, face looks up. Exhale, lift your hips up into the air. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot up in between your hand. Inhale, both feet up in between the hand, and face looks up, drawing the spine into the body. Exhale, hold behind the calf and give a good pull down forehead toward your shin bone. Inhale, swing your arms around and up, palms to touch, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, push the air down and bring your hands into prayer posture. Good. One more, please. Inhale, swing your arms down, around, and up, palms to touch. Exhale, dive forward, hold your hands behind your calf, forehead in toward the shin bone. Inhale, hands on the floor, bend your knee. Exhale, right leg steps back behind. Inhale, both legs step back, inclined plank. Exhale, knees to the floor. Inhale, exhale, elbows bend in beside you as you lower down toward the floor, chest in front of the hands. Inhale, cobra. Chest lifts off the floor, elbows pull in back beside you. Exhale, pull your belly in and sit back onto your heels, toes pointed back. Inhale, come up onto all fours, toes curled into the floor, face looks up. Exhale, lift your hips up into the air, into downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale, step your right foot up in between your hands. Inhale, step both feet up in between the hands on the shin bone. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hold behind the calf and give a good pull down. Inhale, swing your arms out to the side, come around and up, palms to touch. Exhale, press the air down and bring your hands into prayer posture. Inhale and exhale. Lower your arms down to Tadasana and inhale and exhale. So in this next sequence, remember to keep complete breathing during the whole series. Take a large step back with your right foot. Turn your torso to face to the right. Look down to your right foot and slightly pigeon toe the foot, turning the toes in. Your left heel should run into the center of your right foot. Bring your hands into prayer posture. Inhale, lift both arms up to the side. Exhale, shift your hips to the right side and your left arm ways out, and then lower down and hold the ankle or as low down the leg as possible. Take the other arm up into the air, straight up to the ceiling. Look down over your shin bone and align your shoulders over the shin bone. Then slowly turn to look either to the wall in front of you, or if your neck is supple, you can turn and look up towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Keep your feet firm on the floor and feel the legs active. Inhale and exhale. Now, inhale, exhale, lower the hand in the air down to the floor. Bend the front knee to get down. Use your front thigh to pull back for thigh stretch. That's it. Doesn't matter how far you go, use the front thigh to slowly pull back and feel your breastbone leading forward, and just hold that, lengthening the spine with the legs really firm. Inhale, exhale. Keep using your breath. That's what's going to get your system to release and open. Now, bend the front knee and bring your left hand onto the big toe side of the left foot. Slide the back foot back about 6 inches. Take your right arm up into the air and slowly turn to look up towards the hand in the air. If your neck is troublesome, just look straight to the wall ahead of you. Inhale and exhale. Feel the dynamics between the back foot on the floor, the little toe side of it, and the front knee bending forward. That's it. Feel the one hand pressing down into the floor and the other arm lifting up to the ceiling. Great. One more full breath. Inhale, exhale. Now, from here, inhale, lead with the arm in the air to pull yourself up, straightening the leg. Inhale and exhale, lower your hands down onto your hips. Inhale, exhale, bend your knee over the ankle. Great. Lift your arms out into the air, soften your shoulders away from the ears, and proud warrior posture. Feel both sit bone lowering toward the floor, the knee over the ankle, the bent knee, and the other leg spiraling open the little toe side of the foot to the floor. Try and follow all of that information. It will give you the right dynamics of the pose. Then, from here, inhale, straighten the leg and come back up tall. Lower your arms down and step back up, bending the front knee slightly, and step back to standing position. Feels good? But don't forget, you have another side. So, step please your left foot back behind, a large step back. Bring your hands into prayer posture and turn the feet angled so they are correct. Good. Inhale, lift your arms up in the air. Exhale and stretch the arm ways out over the foot, the right arm over and the hips stretch back toward the left. Lower the hand down to hold your ankle. Take the other arm up in the air. First, look down over your shin bone and try and align your shoulders over that shin bone. Then turn to look forward, or even if the neck allows, turn and look up towards the hand in the air. Make your feet firm on the floor and use the breathing. Even hear the echo sound. Great. From here, inhale, exhale, lower your hand in the air down to the floor, bending the knee. Use the front knee to straighten, pulling the thigh back, but keep your spine lengthening out over the leg. It doesn't matter how much you straighten that leg, but just feel the dynamics of pulling the thigh back, turning the sit bone up, and lengthening your spine. Inhale and exhale, bend the knee to a right angle bend, sliding the back foot back 6 inches. Bring your right hand onto the floor on the inside of the foot on the floor, and take your left arm up into the air. Feel the back little toe side of the foot pressing to the floor, the front knee bending forward, the one hand pressing into the floor, and the other arm lifting up towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Feel it, concentrate, full breathing. Great. Inhale, lead with the arm in the air, straightening the knee, come to stand up. Lower the arms down onto your hips. Inhale and exhale. Bend your knee over your ankle. Get the knee not more over the ankle, just directly above it. Lift the arms out to the side and slowly turn to look your head over the middle finger of your right hand. Feel the back thigh spiraling open and the little toe side of the back foot real firm on the floor. Inhale, exhale. This pose will tremendously strengthen the thighs, lower abdomen, butt, and it gives one tremendous willpower and determination. Proud warrior. Inhale, straighten the leg, come back up tall. Exhale, lower your hands down and turn both feet to face the center, slightly pigeon-toeing the toes. Inhale and exhale. So now the next posture is fan pose. Bring your hands into prayer posture. Inhale, swing your arms down, around and up, palms to touch, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, lower the arms down, interlace the fingers down at the small of the back. Inhale, pressing the arms down, lift the top corners of the chest up and the head relaxes back. Inhale and exhale, your top thighs pull back as your torso lengthens and moves forward down toward the floor. Slide your hands down the backs of the legs to hold your ankles. Bend the knees slightly. Inhale and exhale, firm the thighs as you press your sit bone up into the air. The elbows move slightly out to the side. Hold the pose, inhale and exhale. Feel your spine hanging more and more straight down as your legs become more and more firm. Soles of the feet firm into the floor. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Place your hands onto the floor. Lift your spine up level to the ground. Step your feet in to 2 feet apart. Great. Firm your feet. Turn the toes open slightly that the feet are almost at a 45-degree angle. Bend your knees and lower the seat down as low as possible. Keep both feet flat on the floor. For beginners, you might need to just stay with the hands on the floor in front of you. Bring the hands into prayer posture. pressing the palms firm together with the elbows pressing the knees open. Sit in the squat position, inhale and exhale. This releases a tremendous amount of tension that locks into the groin area and the pelvic structure. Bring your hands back onto the floor. Lift your seat up into the air. Bend your knees down onto the floor. Sit over onto the floor and stretch your legs out in front of you. Now, the next posture is called Dandasana. Place your fingers onto the floor behind you and roll open each side of the seat apart. Keep the feet straight up in the air and press the ball of the feet and heel forward. Your toes draw back toward you. Your top thighs firm and pull back toward you as you draw your lower spine into the body. The top corners of the chest lift up and feel the length between your shoulders and your sit bone. Your head just relaxes and floats. Don't strain your neck. Inhale and exhale. Practice the seat. It will teach you correct posture. Inhale and exhale. Now we come to scale pose. Scale pose is a great posture for toning the abdomen. Bend your knees up into the air. Take your hands behind your thighs. Balance on your sit bone. Get a real stable seat. Lift the top corners of the chest up and then lift the feet up into the air. Try and keep the shin bone level to the floor and just sit and breathe through. Keep balancing on the sit bone with the top corners of the chest lifting. If you have the strength, put the arms out in front of you and continue to balance and breathe through. Inhale and exhale. You might find there's a little shaking. It's just that you're getting very excited. Catch your hands behind your knees. Bend the knees and lower the feet down to the floor. Very good. Then take your right foot under the leg and bring it the heel toward the hip structure. Take the other foot and pull it over the top, working one knee on top of the other. Place the hands on the floor and lift your hips up, turn the sit bone back and then sit back. If your hips are stiff, take a blanket and sit on top of the folded blanket. This movement is called cow's head. It's a great movement for developing flexibility in the shoulders. Take the leg that's at the bottom, take that hand and bring it under and up behind the back. Take your strap or a belt. Bring the strap up in the air and lower it down towards the other hand. Clasp the strap and work slowly until eventually you can actually hold your hands. Then you won't need the strap. Feel one elbow lifting up in the air and the other elbow pulling down. Really getting this complete release in your shoulders, creating that tremendous flexibility in that whole shoulder area. Inhale, exhale. Don't forget your breathing. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now, release the arms. Take the arm, one arm up into the air and the other arm out to the side. Inhale and exhale. Lower your hands down to the floor. Take your seat and pull open each side of the seat slightly apart. press on the fingertip, and again, inhale, lift your breastbone up, exhale, ease slightly forward. This will develop tremendous flexibility in your hip structure. Inhale and exhale, just slowly easing forward. Bring your arms out in front of you and kind of reach your arms ways out in front, your sit bone back, your fingers forward, and get that lengthening between your fingertip and the sit bone back. Inhale and exhale. Good, and you'll feel something is going on in your hip structure. It's stretching and beginning to open. Don't be alarmed. Walk your hands back up again, come back up tall. Great. And from here, we're going to change round to do the other side. Bring the feet back up onto the floor with the knees bent, and then take the other foot under. Your left foot comes under, and bring the foot toward the right hip. Take the other foot over. Place the hands on the floor, lift your hips a little, wriggle them out a little to get your sit bone back and firm. Great, so you get comfortable. Then, from here, the knee that's at the bottom, take that arm and help it under the back and up behind your back. Take your strap with the other hand and lift the strap up in the air, lower it down, and clasp hold of both ends, one hand or each end. Slowly walk the hands together until finally you can actually clasp the hands. Then one elbow up, one elbow down, and keep breathing through. The same breathing to get that blood warm and oxygenated. In this pose, you're actually circulating the blood tremendously through this armpit area, stretching it and opening it, where of course there are vital lymph nodes in this area. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, release the strap, and exhale, take the arms out to the side. Inhale and exhale, lower the hands down. Bring your hands to take your seat. Pull open each side of the seat a little apart again. Fingertips on the floor behind you. Inhale, lift your breastbone. Exhale, sit bone back and ease forward. Inhale, lift the breastbone. Exhale, sit bone back behind you. Great. Bring your hands forward in front of you. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, ease into. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sit bone back, hands out in front. And you can feel how the hips are opening and becoming more flexible. Walk your hands back up, come back to sit back up tall, and slowly unwind your legs, stretch your legs out in front of you. Kind of take your hands and open each side of your seat apart. Get the sit bone back. Now, forward bend for beginners or those who are less supple behind the legs. Take a strap and put the strap around the sole of the foot. If possible, if you can reach, take hold of your big toes. Now, on the inhalation, lift your breastbone up and your sit bone back behind you. On the exhalation, slowly ease a little forward. It doesn't matter how far. On the inhalation, lift, feel the top inner thigh pressing back, and feel the ball of the foot by the big toe pressing forward. Inhale and exhale, easing more and more forward. Eventually, you can actually round the back and ease yourself forward, forehead to your shin bone, but keep the ball of the foot pressing forward. Relax the posture, round your back, and slowly come to sit back up tall, rounding up. Bend your knees, bring the sole of the feet onto the floor, holding your hands underneath your thighs. Slowly roll back vertebra by vertebra to the floor with your hands sliding down the backs of your legs. Then stretch both legs down onto the floor, turn the palms up to the ceiling, and corpse pose. Let yourself adjust. So this is called corpse pose, as it's the deepest state of relaxation that one gets into. And it's here that you allow your whole body to rebalance and heal after the workout. I'd like you to close your eyes, let yourself adjust. If you have a weak back, you can place a blanket folded underneath your knees. Close your eyes and really let go into this. Take a full breath in and draw your right arm up into the air, about a foot. Firm the arm. Exhale, relax it back down to the floor, and just let it feel its own center. Let it find its own balance. Palm up to the ceiling. It kind of glows. Now, do the left arm. Take a deep breath in, lift the arm up, make a fist, tighten it. Exhale, relax it down, and kind of feel that glow. Let it find its own center. Take a deep breath in, lift your right leg up in the air, not too high, firm it. Exhale, place it back down onto the floor, relax it, and just let it find its own balance, its own center. As soon as you get that, there's like a glowing feeling. Now the left leg. Inhale, bring it up in the air, firm it. Exhale, place it back down to the floor, relax it, and let it find its own center, its glow. Take a full breath in and firm the butt. Exhale, relax it, and let it find its center. Just feel where it feels most balanced. Take a deep breath in, fill the abdomen all the way around to the back of the abdomen area. Exhale, relax it, let it contract, and feel the whole abdomen, all the organs, intestine, etc., finding their balance. There's a kind of glow. Take a full breath in, fill the whole chest area, relax it, and feel a glow as the whole chest finds its center. Roll the chin to one side. Roll the chin to the other side. Let it come back into the center and feel its center and its balance. Take a deep breath in and scrunch up your face tight. Relax it and feel all the facial muscles going smooth, soft. Take a deep breath in and stretch the tongue out toward the chin with the eyes looking up into the head. So you feel the stretch right into the center of your brain. Breathe out, relax it, and feel this glow in the center of the brain. Feel your brain relaxing. As your brain begins to relax, the mind becomes still, and you begin to enter into a state of consciousness that is not mind. You begin to feel a state that is unbound, unlimited. Allow yourself to lie and bathe in this state. Allow your cells to become refreshed and revitalized in this state of consciousness, so that your whole being just feels light and fresh. Lie as long as you need in this state. When you're ready, when you feel your cells refreshed, you'll bend your knees slowly, roll onto your side, sit up slowly, and gently then ease yourself back to life. Taking this being that is being refreshed, recharged, healed, revitalized, re-energized, and allowing yourself to move back into your life, bringing these magnificent qualities with you. Have a wonderful day. Hari Om, Om Tat Sat.